In this video, I'm going to be giving you my 3-step process when I use the OpenAI custom GPTs to deliver services to clients. Now, it is worth mentioning that the tutorial I'm going to give you guys is directly on ChatGPT, which is not the most efficient method for delivering services to businesses. Rather, you want to be using the Assistants API, which I'll discuss in a future video. But for now, we're going to keep things simple and do everything directly on ChatGPT, just so I can teach you guys the concept. And then we're going to apply that concept when using the Assistants API in a later video. So enjoy. Now, in order to show you guys the power of these new custom GPTs, I decided to pick a niche myself so that I could create a custom GPT to demonstrate for the purpose of this video. It's called MLB Stats. Now, in the context of entrepreneurship, this would be a service that I'm selling to a business. So let's just create an example business and we'll call it Baseball Data. Not the most creative name, but again, this is not a real business. This is just an example business that I created for the purpose of this video to show how we can use the custom GPTs to deliver more efficient and more accurate services to clients. Now, Baseball Data, being the real business that it is, has some requirements and specifications. This company wants to focus on real MLB games and real MLB team and player stats. It does not want to confuse fantasy baseball data with data from the MLB video games. It wants only real data. So that is the key element I consider when I'm feeding instructions to the system for this custom GPT. And that is step one when you're building a custom GPT for a client. You want to find the key detail and being able to use that as the main factor in the instructions that you give to the system. The second most important thing you need to do before you deliver the service to the client is to run a lot of test cases. This is important not just with custom GPTs, but with the development world in general. When you're writing a program, you always want to have all these test cases so that you can make sure that the code is running as intended. Similarly, you want to feed a lot of prompts to the custom GPT so that you can make sure that it's providing the results that the client wants. So what I did was I emphasized that key detail again of only wanting real-time data. So I gave one prompt regarding real-time data. I gave one prompt regarding an MLB video game without stating that it's a video game. That's very important. That way, if someone were to make that mistake on accident, the custom GPT can correct that mistake. So I put MLB The Show 23, which is the name of a video game, but I didn't specify that it's a video game, hoping that the AI would be smart enough to detect that is a video game and decline to answer the prompt. And it worked. Similarly, I talked about fantasy baseball, and it declined to answer because it said it can only talk about real MLB team players and stats. So that's how you ensure that the AI or the custom GPT is working as intended. Now, the last thing, obviously, it's not as important as the first two, but the last thing is just general aesthetics, because you are still giving a service to the company. If it's not your personal use, then you don't need to make it all glossy or glamorous or whatever, but if it is for someone else, you should decorate it at least a little. So my tip is to use DALL-E as the choice for when you're creating the image for the chatbot. So that's what I did. That's why I have this nice baseball stadium that I did not find off of Google Images or go to a baseball game to take a photo of. I just, wrote everything about MLB stats. And then I just pressed use DALL-E for the image instead of uploading a file from my computer, and it produced something very, very beautiful that I think Baseball Data is really, really going to like.